Have you ever gotten that weird sinking feeling in your stomach when it's time to talk about money with a potential client? Yeah, you are definitely not alone. So, in this explainer, we're going to take apart that icky feeling, piece by piece, and unlock the psychology that helps turn a nervous maybe into a confident yes. Let's jump in.
Let's be real for a second. For so many of us, the very word selling just feels off. It doesn't matter if you're a designer, a consultant, a financial planner. The minute you have to put a price on your work, it can feel like you're being forced to play a role you never wanted.
And these fears you see here, they're completely normal. I mean, who isn't afraid of rejection or sounding too pushy? And don't even get me started on that little voice in your head, that imposter syndrome that whispers, "Seriously? Who are you to charge that much?" We've all been there. But what if I told you that all of these feelings are built on a total misunderstanding of what good selling actually is?
See, the solution isn't to learn some slick sales script or become a totally different person. No way. The key is simply to change your perception. It's all about reframing your role in the conversation.
Just look at this. It's amazing what changing a single word can do. When you think salesperson, your brain probably jumps to words like pushy, slimy, deceptive. But watch this. If we just swap that out for professional advisor, everything changes. Now we've got words like listens, compassionate, knowledgeable, problem solver. You're not trying to become something you're not. You're just stepping into the role you already have, the one in that right-hand column.
So, to make that leap from salesperson to advisor, we don't need tricks. We just need to understand a little bit about how the human brain is wired to make decisions. You see, ethical, effective selling isn't about manipulation. It's about using psychology to help people make a choice they feel great about. Let's look at two incredibly powerful mental shortcuts, or cognitive biases.
Okay, first up, price anchoring. Let me paint a picture. Imagine you're shopping for a new TV. The very first one you see is this giant, amazing, top-of-the-line model for $2,000. You think, wow, okay. Then, a minute later, you see another really nice TV for $800. What's your immediate reaction? Whoa, that's a steal, right? That first $2,000 price became an anchor in your mind, making everything after it seem way more reasonable.
And the second one is loss aversion. This is so simple, but so powerful. Think about it. The pain you feel from losing 20 bucks is way stronger than the pleasure you feel from finding 20 bucks. That right there is loss aversion. We are biologically wired to avoid a loss more than we are to chase a gain. This is the psychological engine behind FOMO, the fear of missing out.
All right, so that's the science part. But how do we actually use these powerful ideas in our own business? This is where the theory gets real, and where you can start to see some major changes in your client conversations. So here is price anchoring in action. From now on, you're always going to present your options starting with the highest priced premium package first. That $5,000 we do everything for you option sets the anchor. Now, when they see your other options, their brain automatically compares them to that first number, making them seem incredibly valuable and well-priced. You've immediately framed the conversation around high value, not low cost.
And here's where the real magic happens. By doing this, you've completely changed the question. It's no longer, so do you want to hire me? Yes or no. Now it's, okay, which of these is the best fit for you? You're not asking them if they want to work with you. You're helping them decide how they want to work with you. That is a total game changer. Now, let's put loss aversion to work. Instead of only talking about the great things a client will gain, start framing your value around the pain or loss they will avoid. So instead of saying this will improve your marketing, you could say this will help you stop losing potential customers to your competitors every month. It's the same result, but framing it around avoiding a loss is a much, much stronger motivator for the human brain.
Okay, so you've set your anchor, you've framed your value, but what happens when you still get that dreaded pushback? Well, this is where the pros really shine. Because an objection isn't the end of the conversation. It's actually an invitation to go deeper.
There it is, the big one, the phrase that makes our stomachs clench. That's too expensive. But when a client says this, what are they really saying? It's usually not about the number, it's about the value.
So your first instinct might be to panic and immediately offer a discount. Please, whatever you do, resist that urge. The moment you drop your price, you devalue your work. The effective response? You hold your ground. You lean in and you double down on the value. This is your chance to confidently reconnect that price to the incredible outcomes and the peace of mind you provide.
You know, a tiny shift in language can completely reframe the entire conversation. Help your clients stop seeing your service as an expense An expense is money that's just gone. Instead, help them see it as an investment. An investment is money you put in to get an even bigger return later on. It's an investment in their success, in their growth, in solving a problem that's costing them.
And that leads us to what might just be the single most powerful question you can ask. When a client hesitates on price, you don't argue. You just get curious. You ask them, I totally get it. It's a significant commitment. Can I ask, what's the cost of not solving this problem for the next 6 months? Suddenly, their focus snaps away from the price of your service and onto the very real, ongoing cost of their problem.
So as we start to bring this all together, you can see this is about so much more than just tips and tricks. This is about a deep, fundamental shift in how you see your role. It's about moving away from a mindset of selling and into a mindset of serving.
I want you to remember this. Your job is not to sell anything. Your job is to guide. The biggest enemy for your client isn't your price. It's indecision. Your true role is to be a professional mind maker-upper. You help them get clarity and make a confident decision. And sometimes the right decision is no, and that's perfectly okay.
And this is the ultimate takeaway. This is the idea that removes all the ickiness. If you genuinely believe that what you offer can help someone, that it solves a real problem for them, then selling it to them isn't pushy. It's an act of service. It's your responsibility to offer your solution with passion and integrity. So I'll leave you with this to think about. Armed with this new mindset and these simple psychological tools, how are you going to approach that conversation differently? How will you show up not as a salesman, but as a guide for your very next client?